Here's up, guys, MugenLord here, and today I just want to talk about my anxiety or stress right now when it comes to trying to get my hands on a Nintendo Switch 2 when the time comes for pre-orders. This nightmare is really racking my brain, is because ever since the pandemic had happened back in 2020, getting consoles was pretty much damn near impossible. I mentioned before that I explained the two nightmares that I had getting the PS5 and also an Xbox Series X, which I end up at the end of the day, through sheer luck, I was able to get my hands on the PS5 and also an Xbox Series X upon launch. So thank God for that. But if you want to check that out, definitely do that. But the thing about the pandemic that really messed things up is the fact is that now consumers and gamers, we have to rely on pre-ordering our consoles online. I miss the days where we had the overnight release of consoles. Like, you go to the store, you pre-order the console, and you wait for the launch. And when launch got here, you go to the midnight release, standing outside, and you just meeting gamers in all walks of life who enjoy the same type of hobby that you enjoy, and that's video games. And that was the fun aspect of it. Waiting outside, going in, and picking up your console. And I definitely enjoyed that growing up. And I'm very old. I've been around for a lot of the midnight releases for these consoles. So now we fast forward into right now, and what's going on is that now consumers have pretty much been conditioned to rely on getting their consoles through pre-orders online, which has become a nightmare because you have to deal with scalpers, these online bots that pretty much snatches up all of these consoles. So now that the Nintendo Switch 2 is about to be upon us, and in April, we're going to get the actual presentation, which I'm looking forward to see what the actual hardware is capable of as far as the specs are concerned, rather than relying on leaks and rumors. We finally get that solid confirmation. And also, we're going to get some announcements of some Nintendo Switch 2 games, but that's also be coming to the platform itself, which really got me super excited. And hopefully we get some news on how the backwards compatibility is going to work, which I'm totally curious about. But most importantly, normally after Nintendo has those type of presentations showing off their new hardware, follows after it comes to the pre-orders being available. And that's what really got me scared. How Nintendo is going to approach handling bots and scalpers. How will it work? And will they do it similar to how they did with the Wii, where it's one Nintendo Wii owner per household? I don't know how they're going to do it, but I gotta get my hands on the Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, I got a crazy backlog, and I can't fit all my backlog on my table. But this is just some of the backlog of games, and even more games from the Nintendo Switch 1 that I'm hoping that the backwards compatibility will allow me to be able to continue to play these games on Nintendo Switch 2. And I said it time and time again that out of all the consoles, especially for this current generation, man, I played the Nintendo Switch more than my PS5 and also more than my Xbox Series X, man. It just had everything that I wanted in terms of JRPGs. I love JRPGs, man. If you know me on this channel, you know that I play JRPGs. I've grown up off of them, especially with the Xenoblade series that really got me back into being a die-hard fan of the JRPG genre. So, man, the fact is that the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out. I'm definitely have to get it for the fact is that I'm looking forward to see what the next Monolith Soft IP is going to be, or whether or not it's going to be a new Xeno game. I gotta get my hands on it. So that's what also has me worried of whether or not will I able to get my hands on it, due to the fact is that availability is very scarce, and the nightmare of fighting through all that is going to be one hell of an experience that I will, I guess you would say, share with you guys here on this channel. And this is something that I'm really looking forward to. I already have a strategy of how I'm not going to share the strategy, but I already have a strategy of probably how I'm going to be able to approach it. Now, I'm hoping that Nintendo somehow make it a mandatory thing, or give in-store or in-person pre-orders much more precedence over digital pre-orders. I'm hoping that they do that. And I think Japan also has a strategy to where you won't be able to pre-order outside of your country as well, which you had some people that was doing scalping where people were pre-ordering you know, they're from the West, and they're pre-ordering consoles from Japan and many other places. So Japan's already protecting the East side of things, especially more so the Japanese side when it comes to pre-ordering the consoles. So that's pretty cool that they have things in place when it comes to that. But when it comes to the West, hopefully, and I'm praying to God that they figure out how they're going to handle it, and I'm hoping that they put more precedence on in-person pre-orders, the traditional way, where you go to the store and you go in and able to pre-order a console. If they do it that way, I can guarantee that I'll be able to secure one at that point. That if they put precedence on that, I think that's more important than just relying online. I understand some people don't have access to game stores or whatever they go to locally in their neighborhood, and in order to make pre-orders for consoles, but they definitely got to put more emphasis on that, to put emphasis on doing that, because if that happens, I'm definitely gonna be able to get my hands on that. And then of course, when it comes to digital, that can be my backup to trying to get my hands on this. And when it comes to new consoles, I think this is the fun part about being a gamer, is whenever a new console is announced, we get speculations, rumor mills start to happen and everything, and you wondering how the next console is going to perform. And that's that time of year again, especially when it comes to Nintendo and Nintendo Switch. It's been a long time, because Nintendo Switch, the original, has been around for quite some time now, and of course the hardware has been dated at this point, but they've still been knocking it out of the park when it comes to that, you know, that user experience as far as games are concerned. They've been putting out those games, and as I said before, all Nintendo has to do is make sure that their third-party support in their lineup is efficient as hell. That's the main reason why the first Nintendo Switch has done really, really well, because we was able to get those third-party games that people didn't think that Nintendo was able to have, be able to fit onto this platform, and it actually did. So we have a lot of third-party games that was able to hold us off until we get those Nintendo exclusives, and it really worked out for them. It gave them that momentum, it gave them that push to allow them to dominate with the Nintendo Switch. So Nintendo Switch 2 pretty much got to copy and paste that same strategy. Make sure the console is competent enough to be able to play most of the third-party games that the PS5 and the Xbox Series X is able to play. If they're able to do that, I think they're going to do pretty well for themselves, because now they're able to not only repackage a lot of these other games that they missed out on with Nintendo Switch 1, now they're able to put them on Nintendo Switch 1, and then also on top of that, able to bring in those newer games that the PS5 and the Xbox Series X is able to play, which I'm definitely looking forward to, man. Like I said, I'm a Nintendo fan as much as I'm a Sega fan and PlayStation fan and the Xbox fan. I just like all my favorite, you know, game studios and companies, because they give out the experience that I enjoy. And competition, man, competition is important. You want this console to do well, because also it will put flame underneath Microsoft and flame underneath Sony themselves in order to keep the competition fresh. Because when competition is good, competition is going to be good for all gamers alike, all around us and stuff like that. So I'm hoping, please, I pray to God, Nintendo, please, man, please have this console available for and be able to have as many people able to get their hands on it as possible, because I can only imagine what games are going to be coming to this platform in terms of the Xeno series, when it comes to Mario, Zelda, and many other of my favorite exclusive IPs. And I'm also wondering what the third-party IPs are going to be, and what games are going to be able to fit onto the Nintendo Switch 2. I can't wait to see what this hardware is capable of in terms of performance and in horsepower. So definitely looking forward to that. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you looking forward to the Nintendo Switch 2? And do you think there will be enough availability in order to get your hands on this console? I mean, Nintendo had so many years to figure this out, since the Nintendo Switch 1 has been out here for so many years. So hopefully they have a game plan. Do you think Nintendo have a game plan? And if not, do you think that this console is going to be hard to pretty much be able to find and get anywhere? And if you think that they have a strategy, let me know what type of strategy that you would come up with if you was Nintendo, to make sure that everybody, or a good amount of people, is able to get their hands on Nintendo Switch 2. So if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.